Welcome back to another episode of Down in the 216, and it's your boy Will here getting into another video. Now, first thing first, I apologize for the long absence. I have had so much going on with my life, ups and downs, just trying to be successful in life. Sometimes it comes and becomes too much, so I'm not able to really focus in and be able to come and get the content out that I want for you guys. So I do apologize about the long absence, even though, we are coming off the All-Star break. The cast been beating ass. The Browns we about to get into it, but I just want to apologize. I know I've said a couple times in a couple other videos that I need to start being consistent and making promises to do daily uploads, and I just struggled to doing it. So we're gonna try to get back on track and get right. So I could really build something I see for myself with this. But get into today's video, of course. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Don't give up on your boy. We going on to talk about Kirk Cousins. All right, so let's talk about this quarterback stuff. So it's been very interesting. I've been reading the team leads. I have been very in tune with my Browns. We just signed the guy from the Buccaneers, signed another tackle. I think he played for the Commanders, only had about 10 starts. Can't think of their names off the top of my head, probably because they're not that good. But we signed the offensive linebacker from the Buccaneers, former first-round pick, and also got in the tackle. We traded for Kenny Pickett. Now, everybody's talking about Kenny Pickett, but watch this motherfucker winning some games this year. But we traded for Kenny Pickett, traded DTR away. I've been on the bandwagon saying DTR needs to be, released. And, he's not an NFL talented quarterback. I've been on the record saying that if you go watch my other videos. And there's some people that thought he was supposed to be the starter. So, I don't know. I don't think DTR is better than the last year Deshaun Watson. I think he's that bad. But to get Kenny Pickett, former first-round pick, we picked up 2 former firsts. I don't know if that tackle we got was a former first. We'll be interested in nonetheless. I know he could play left or right, so it'd be a good swing tackle. Don't know if he'll be a starter. Doubt it. Never know with our tackle situation. We usually are on our 7th offensive line, man, on the second game. Knowing Andrew Berry and signing Jack Conklin. And then, we got this Myles Garrett situation. We could take a lot from now. I'll do a separate video on that, but that'll probably be the next video idea I do. I know I could have came with y'all with the Myles Garrett extension and all that stuff first. But let's talk about Kirk Cousins. So I feel like it's becoming more of a bigger thing now that, and excuse the sirens going off in the background, lay downtown. I figured that, it's more of a obvious thing now that the Browns are going to attack Kirk Cousins. They may get him sometime within this, next 2 weeks or so. So how would you guys feel about Kirk Cousins being on the Browns? I'm just coming and getting out this video early, really. How would you guys feel about Kirk Cousins being on the Browns? I think they will end up acquiring him. Now, with acquiring Kirk Cousins, does that change how I feel about, the future? No, I don't think there's no quarterback out there right now that's you can obtain or acquire. Man, they really going off. That you can obtain or acquire that will get you out of talking out of Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders. Now, I know a lot of people, and we could get into Shedeur Sanders on another video. That is a different topic for a different day. But I know a lot of people like Cam Ward. I know a lot of people like Shedeur Sanders, but I don't think Kirk Cousins is that good of a long-term asset to garner passing up on a guy if you believe he's that guy. So now I feel like this is all going to come down to Kevin Stefanski's opinion. If you get Kirk Cousins, it does give you a, dare I say it, a 1-year rental. But it's kind of hard to take Kirk Cousins as a 1-year rental when you look back at it. He was benched. He was benched by his team. He was literally benched by his team. So I think it's kind of hard to just say it's a foregone conclusion that Kirk Cousins solves our quarterback issues, y'all. Now, let's talk about what happened with Kirk Cousins and the Falcons. So the Falcons gave him a new deal. He came over from the Vikings, Minnesota to be exact. Now the Browns do have some history with Minnesota. I think our old assistant GM is their GM now. I forgot the guy's name. Pretty sure he's a black guy actually. Well, we got some history with the Vikings. Nonetheless, Kevin Stefanski, of course, came from Minnesota. So Kirk Cousins, there's ties there, of course. He's coming over to the Falcons now. He had about a season with the Falcons. And, you know, he tore his Achilles? Yeah, he tore his Achilles 2 seasons ago. So he's 2 years removed from an Achilles tear. We're not getting him his first year off of that injury, so I guess that's a plus more than it's a negative. But when you look at his last 9 games, he had, 1 TD to 9 interceptions or something horrific like that. And he ended up getting benched. Kirk Cousins had a game with 4 or 5 interceptions. You know, and Kirk has simply not been good. The last 10 games of the year, he just simply wasn't good. He looked cooked. You know, he wasn't able to get a quick out without getting a pick 6 sent to the house. Threw a whole bunch of pick 6s. I think he threw, 3 in a game? So, I don't see how Kirk Cousins solves a quarterback problem long term when we already got an issue with turning the ball over. I don't think he's going to be as bad as those numbers that I just read off to you guys is because he is 2 years removed from his injury. He did have some type of shoulder injury that he's blaming everything on. And I think, you know, the next team Kirk Cousins plays for might be his last as a starter, you know. I don't know about Kirk Cousins having some heroic bounce back year. Now, what I will say is that Kevin Stefanski is the perfect guy to get the last juice out of Kirk Cousins. So he may be good for a couple games. Shit, he may be good for a season. But expecting Kirk Cousins to do anything past 2026 is crazy. We don't have an option for 2026, y'all. Like, I hope we all understand that. We don't have Deshaun Watson. We don't have Kirk Cousins, and we probably won't have Kenny Pickett. So we're gonna be in the same scenario in 2026. So it comes to the question as, hey, you bring in Kirk Cousins, but you shouldn't allow Kirk Cousins to make you pass on Shedeur Sanders. If you like Shedeur Sanders. I think it all comes down to how Kevin Stefanski feels about Shedeur Sanders. If Cameron Ward goes number 1, and then you got the option to pick from Abdul Carter and Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders. You know, Abdul and Travis Hunter clearly better prospects than just Shedeur. But Shedeur is a quarterback, and Shedeur is good, and he has a pretty good potential. You know, he got a good head on his shoulder, and you know the biggest thing about Shedeur Sanders over, dare I say it, the top 10 prospects of this draft is his intangibles. You know, and his intangibles is intimidating. So, you know, his intangibles, you know, young black man with power, already got his money. You can't really try to motivate him really with outside of, you know what his motivation is. So, you know, I feel like it's going to be very interesting to say. I think Shedeur Sanders is a perfect fit for this Cleveland Browns team. And now I had some people going off about Travis Hunter going to the Browns. If the Browns view him as a wide receiver, you know, how good is Travis Hunter as a wide receiver in the NFL? Like, is he Jamar Chase? Is he Jetta? Is he Devontae Adams? This video is sponsored by Detrimental Figures, my brand here. As y'all see, some of the quality of my recent work. You get a signature tag on it as well. You know, we make and really emphasize quality over quantity. So, you know, we try to take and make sure we use the best materials to come up with our shirts and the best designs. Make sure y'all following us on Instagram, Detrimental Figures. So y'all can also get the description down below and hit the link for a shirt. Everything I drop is limited edition. So unfortunately, this shirt is sold out. I don't have any more, but I have different things coming up similar to it. So keep in mind, and I'll keep you guys updated with some of my new stuff throughout these videos coming up. Who is another good example? Is he DK Metcalf? You know, who is Travis Hunter? He's probably better than DK Metcalf. DK Metcalf played for the Steelers. Yuck. Ugh. And we got Kenny Pickett. Ugh. Why do they do this to us, y'all? Why do they do this? All right. But anyways, Yeah, man, I think it's gonna be interesting. I would love the quarterback room to be Kirk Cousins, Shador, Cam, and Kenny Pickett. I'll be cool with it. I'll be cool with it. I think Travis Hunter is a generational talent, but I don't think it's a quarterback out there. That unless you want to put Travis Hunter on this team and you want to, you want to pretty much write this season off before it starts, then shit, yeah. Don't draft a QB. Bring in Kirk Cousins. Bring in Travis Hunter to throw him, 45 passes a game. Let Travis Hunter win Rookie of the Year. And draft a quarterback next season. But what I will say is that we're running from the question at hand, y'all. And we got to keep that in mind. Make sure y'all shop Detrimental Figures, my brand, DefEd. You know what I'm saying? What's all evil ain't evil. What ain't bad ain't bad. You already know. But I think we running from the question, y'all. Because what happens if in 2026 we draft a quarterback? We got a bridge rookie in. We got a bridge QB in. Excuse me. The bridge QB goes 1-4 with Kevin Stefanski. We bring in Archie Manning. He goes 2-5. We look up. We 3-10, 3-9. The season end. We 5-12. Then what? Stefanski gets fired. Andrew Berry gets fired. Or we're going to fire the entire coordinator staff again. It's going to be pretty hard to save Kevin Stefanski's job if we get another rookie in 2026 and that rookie don't pan out well. You're just putting more pressure down the road when you're running from the obvious fucking problem. I'm completely okay with not taking a quarterback. But we got to understand we are punting on this season, essentially. And we're putting this whole season in revamping Kirk Cousins. And with punting on this season, what I mean by that is we shouldn't expect to make the playoffs. Right? We all on the same page, right? We all on the same page with that. With Kirk Cousins on his current offense, we should not expect to make the playoffs. So we're going to have another disappointing year. And then we're going to come out in 2026. And all this tanking and losing we've been doing since Deshaun Watson played the Cowboys. And we realized what was going on. All of that pressure, all that built up animosity, all that tension, the players getting their ass beat for 2 years, the fans going to games getting blew out. We not paying no seats to get in. This game's not sold out. People don't care about the team. People don't care about winning football games. All that going on for 2 years. And you're going to put all that on this rookie class in 2026. This rookie QB class. So I mind you, I asked the question. What happens when Kevin Stefanski isn't able to develop the 2026 rookie class? And we passed on Shador Sanders, who looks decent now in 2026, to bank on a 2026 QB, and he could never fucking develop him. Excuse my language. He could never develop him. So now we have to fire our coach and probably find a new quarterback. So I would rather us answer that question now. Shador Sanders, getting Abdul Carter isn't really going to change this defense. Well, that's a casual take. It's not really going to change this trajectory of where this team can go. Giving Travis Hunter is not really going to change the trajectory of where this team can go. Getting Shador Sanders or Cam Ward, if they're able to hit on them, what you do essentially is you marry yourself to a QB. Now Stefanski gets an extension. Andrew Berry gets an extension because now they're tied to this quarterback they just brought in. They brought in their own guy. When you wait, and anything can happen this upcoming season. Like, let's talk about last year. Going into last year, We did not think Kevin Stefanski's job was going to be up for grabs. We did not think he was going to get fired. We did not think he was a bad coach. We did not think Andrew Berry was an iffy GM. You know, this season, it's people calling for his job. So if the same disappointment happened last season, like it did last season, happens for 2 years in a row, how are we going to keep our head coach? And I'm not saying fire him at all, y'all. But I just want y'all to understand what are y'all saying right now and what's going to be the scenario. I think we should be perfectly comfortable with taking a QB, and if he don't pan out, we're able to blame it on a bad pick or blame it on something else. When you have 3 bad seasons in a row and then 2 bad seasons in a row and then put all your eggs into one season with a rookie QB, it's just not meant to pan out well, y'all. If we're not that talented of a roster that drafting a quarterback that's mediocre is going to make us win 8 games in the AFC North. We're just not that talented of a roster. I think you got to take your swings. You can't live in your fears. I'm okay with Travis Hunter. I'm okay with Shedeur Sanders. I'm okay with Cam Ward. I'm okay with Abdul Carter. But I just don't think you can live in your fears here, y'all. That's all I say. I'm not gonna be mad at no pick. I hope we get Cam Ward. That's my personal hope. It's gonna be pretty difficult. Maybe we move up to 1. We move up to 1. You know who we selected. So yeah, we're going to see how this draft go, man. I know I done talked a little bit in this video. I've missed being on here. I miss being able to sit down and talk. I just got me a new little tripod. Y'all see we got different angles now. So we back in business. My old tripod broke. My dang light broke. I had to get all new everything in my house. People done stole stuff when I was moving. So it just be a lot going on, y'all. I really wish I could start being more consistent with y'all. And I feel like taking every day I went out and made a goal to pretty much just try to make a video every single day from here on out. I went for a long walk yesterday. I was like, man, I got to really start using my potential and my talent and being and doing what I want to do in life. You all know this is one of my biggest dreams. So hit that like and subscribe button. I'm sorry I talked your ear off today if you made it this far. Comment 15 or 16 down below for 15, 16 minutes. It's your boy Will. Tap into my brand. Hit the subscribe button. I'm going to try to, like I said, y'all hold me accountable. Daily videos. I'm going to try to make a video idea or think of a video idea to come and bring to y'all every single day from here on out. We're going to see how I do. We'll see how long I can keep the little streak going. I know that's it's not even really hard because it's like people do that all the time. It's just really take a lot of work and effort in one. And, I really want to be there. So we're going to put that work in. So y'all hit that like and subscribe button. I ain't going to hold y'all up too longer. It's your boy Will.